All right, folks, good afternoon. Welcome to AR, Accelerated Retirement. Man, what a incredibly busy day we have ahead of us. Really hasn't even started yet. A ton of good stuff going on. We'll see. I'm kind of getting the feeling that, I don't know, the Fed might have prepped the battlefield maybe okay for what's going to come today. We'll see, because Wall Street's always looking after itself, right? Mara, Amazon, short Amazon, long XLY. I got out of my short XLY shares yesterday as the XLY kind of gave a nice little pullback, made a nice profit on that, right? So I sold short calls last week, made some money, got assigned 1,000 shares, sold them, made some money. And MindMed, big news on MindMed last night. If you watched Jim Cramer, which I don't. I'd rather get my teeth drilled than watch Jim Cramer, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, administrative items. Here we go. Semi-big day tomorrow. So tomorrow at noon, I'm going to do a lifetime brief. We're going to open up five new memberships, either into the Hunters or into the Max Afterburner group. And I have breaking intel to share with you about, well, my journey, and if anyone is interested in learning more. So I've had to do a lot of work in the background and scenes and get cleared and do a ton of stuff to be able to tell you some of the stuff tomorrow. I'm still not. You'll probably get 30% tomorrow of 70%. There's 30% that's just nobody's business but me and my family and me and God. But tomorrow's going to be a big day. So make sure you register for that. Let me give you the link. It's already packed. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm going to record it, to be honest with you. These are things that you really need to show up for and make time for. We'll see. And I just don't know if I want that stuff out there, to be honest with you. Here it is, Investment Club's brief. Jeez, this is the highest registered event this week, and I just sent one email out. So here's the link for tomorrow in the chat box. So click there to register to attend tomorrow. So half of it's going to be an investment club brief because I'm answering the same emails 1,000 times about the investment clubs. We really have our own hedge fund. It's fantastic. And you're going to want to get into that. And I am going to make a special offer tomorrow that'll expire Friday. Yeah, it's not open-ended. So about the investment clubs if you sign up before Friday. And for those of you who have been interested in my journey and everything that's going on in the scenes, and if you're interested in partaking in stuff like that, there's just so much I have to unpack. So I'm just going to do a webinar tomorrow, man, and let's get going. What are the other administrative items going on? Quick save the date. Kristen was down here. Kristen's one of our TGO members, lifetime member. She was at the hangar yesterday doing event. The hangar party is going to be sick, man. Well, the Maverick premiere is going to be sick at the IMAX, and then the after party in the hangar. We're going to have VIP tables, jets in the hangar, cars, stars, great Americans, you name it. It's turning into maybe a potentially national. Well, there will be internationally known people there, as well as nationally known folks, and you all. I care more about you all than internationally known folks, but you will recognize as very famous some of the, especially the former military folks. So save the date. Obviously, San Antonio. Yep, flight suits are mandatory. You will not be allowed in the hangar or the movie without a flight suit. So start getting one now. San Antonio, September 8th. I think we're going to do like a TGO event, or maybe the morning of the 9th. I don't know. Kristen's got to remind me. So the Warrior Health Foundation, we're sponsoring the 9th at night is like the gala, a gala with cowboy hats and boots and you're going to meet some great folks there who shall remain nameless. And then on the 10th is actually a shoot. So we're going to be on teams of 4, teams of 3, and the 4th is an operator, a Navy SEAL, Delta Force, Green Beret, guy that you're going to become really good friends with. So that's a must attend as well, especially if you're over in Texas. I'm going to fly a couple folks that I owe a flight. Let me put that September 9th and 10th. And then I got to blast out of there maybe on the 10th. I might not stay there for the 10th for the shooting because I need to head up to Reno for the Tailhook Convention. It's the annual convention of all tail hookers, and the Top Gun Fighter Foundation is a scholarship giver. We're one of the largest scholarship givers of the Tailhook Association. Started that last year, the TEF, Tailhook Educational Fund. So I have to present our scholarship to whoever got it. And then what else is going on? Oh, check this out. New Ready Room, baby. I ditched that clunky old Ready Room. I tested it. My techies tested it. Let's check it out, man. Here we go. So we got a new Ready Room. You can post pictures, links, and you get an email in your inbox when somebody posts and everything like that here. So here we go, man. Here's the Ready Room, the new Ready Room. It's topgunoptions.com/Ready Room. I want this to be used a lot more. I already posted some intel in here this morning. This really should be, like I keep reminding folks, I learned more about flying and fighting the F-18 in the Ready Room than I did any lecture or anything else, folks. So please make sure you start using this resource. What the hell is this? All right. So let's just take a look at the functionality. Like this morning, hey, today's a big day for U.S. markets. I posted that. A couple links to articles about from the Wall Street Journal, and Fed meeting likely to signal possible policy shifts. Taper will be discussed. Blah, blah. So I posted two. Goose was in there. He added his intel and his thoughts. So good stuff going on. But here's kind of the, you can post, there's a link, there's images, choose a file. You can upload files if you want. Hey, here's my checklist, my trade checklist I want to share with people. This Ready Room is fantastic. So get in here. The old one's gone and it sucked. And that's my fault well, it is my fault. I'm the commanding officer, but it took a while to get a new one because WordPress, the whatever, the base of what this of our website it had clunky forums, and it took us a while to get to this one. So anyway, better late than never. Other administrative items. I think that's it. Yeah, the links in the chat box for tomorrow. So no, I was going to put it in go to training, which means only 200 people could show up, and right now everybody else would be pissed they didn't get a slot. So Goose actually posted this earlier in the Max Afterburner thread. Check this out, man. 63% of those surveyed from Bank of America, the GFMS, the Global Fund Manager Survey. B of A does a great GMFS surveys global managers about how you doing, and look at what they came up with. You'd think we're a global fund manager, and we are. What did I tell you? Months ago, I told you this, and Bank of America just confirmed it. I told you Jackson Hole. I told you 3 months ago. I'm like, probably Jackson Hole. Here comes Bank of America. Jackson Hole. 63% of the dudes and ladies surveyed said taper August, September. Duh. September. Q4, beyond July, blah, blah, blah. So I started this brief saying, who's the guy who always has the suntan line? What's his name? Rick Reeder or whatever the hell his name is. Whatever. Dude puts his pants on the same way we do. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, smart enough guy, but he's doing and I'm hearing this on my calls, on my mastermind calls. Joe Biden came to mind when I thought of a self-licking ice cream cone. I love the fact that the media, like the biggest thing, instead of Hunter Biden using the N-word all over the place, could you imagine if Donald Trump Jr. had emails and texts or whatever using the N-word like it was parsley? Not a word in the media, right? Also not a word about how a crackhead lies on his federal firearms application. It's a felony, folks. It's jail for 5 years. If you're a crackhead and you lie on your application and get a gun. Hunter Biden? Anyway, God bless him. Self-licking ice cream cone. Here's what, let me get back on track after that tangent. Wall Street is a self-fulfilling, self-licking ice cream cone in the fact that for a while there, everybody's like, holy shit, we're going to have a taper tantrum. Until Wall Street says, no, we're not. We're not going to have a taper tantrum. Wink, wink. Everybody get on board with. This morning, Rick Reeder actually said what I've been kind of saying, right? Has the Fed, with their stupid childish games, been crazy like a fox? Have they prepped the battlefield enough by, we might sort of kind of think about hinting, maybe talking about, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Even Judge Wapner, I can't stand that dude, but this morning he was on, he's like, the whole, did they dance around enough that the market isn't going to be shocked? Maybe, and I don't know, are my two answers. So the fact that all of Wall Street's kind of doing, and the Rick Reeder guy, if that's his name, he ended his brief with what? I would be concerned if they didn't say that they're starting to think about or might be thinking about tapering. Did you hear that? He's like, well, I'd actually be worried if they don't say anything today. Ha. So now we've gotten to ultimate peak Wall Streetism. Man, if he doesn't do anything today, the market will crash. Oh, okay. Well, real quick, at 100,000 feet, folks, that ain't bullish. Look at the INDU. The industrial, folks, the Dow is smashing down to the 50. Every time this happens, when SPX kind of hangs out and doesn't, it does it violently. Anybody feel uber bullish here? Amazon 3,400, we're going higher? It could, folks. We could, I'm wrong, guys. Today, he announces we're thinking about sort of maybe tapering, and the market goes, that's exactly what we wanted to hear. S&P, 4,000 or 4,000, 5,000. Jesus, 4,000. Listen to me. That's not a bullish chart of the S&P 500. The trend is obviously bullish up and to the right, but I'm telling you, man, I feel a tech wreck coming. So I don't know. This is why these weeks, like the other day, I'm like, I'm not doing a weekly options trade this week necessarily, just some cash secure puts on Mara, because Wednesday afternoon, I don't know how the market's going to react. Yay, he said something, or boo, he said something. Right? One more time with the gerbil analogy, not Richard Gere, the python. It eats it, and then it goes through, meaning we will digest the fact that the Fed has to raise interest rates. We all know that's going to happen. Let's just get this out of the way. I almost want to get this out of the way so we can get back to like focusing on stuff that's important. We all know they're lying to us, Jerome, Jay, and Janet. So let's go. All right, now let's get to the national embarrassment. The guy's he's embarrassing. He's got dementia. I saw somebody put a clip together of all his, like, you see his massive brain fart. He had like a minute of silence and then said, "Oh, I'm going to get in trouble by some staffers. I got to get out of here." It's awful. Even now, here's what sucks is because even Democrats are starting to do the, oh man, this kind of isn't really looking good. You fucking think? He didn't look good when he hid in his basement. Now you're concerned. They're doing that, the 25th Amendment, Joe Biden. He might even be a half a term president. Did you see what he said the other day? Of course I'm going to run for a second term. Dude, it's elder abuse at this point. The Democrats are they are using Joe Biden just as it's gross to get Kamala in there. Monica Lewinsky with more ambition. I'm not going to say I salute Vladimir Putin, but I give him credit for this. The dude's awesome at what he does. Vladimir Putin asked NBC News who ordered the assassination of Ashley Babbitt by the Capitol Police. I love when that idiot and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken sat in Alaska and tried to lecture the Chinese on their human rights violations, when the dude's like, shut up, man. The Corleone ain't got that type of clout anymore. You're washed up. You got BLM. You're killing blacks. You guys are awful. Silence. Whoops. Vladimir Putin. I don't think Joe Biden even knows who Ashley Babbitt is. I don't think America knows who Ashley Babbitt is. I do. She was murdered by Chuck Schumer's security detail. An African American shooting a white unarmed veteran. Vladimir Putin. Let's read what he said. This is awesome. So NBC doing the, hey, you in political dissent. He's like, oh, me in political dissent. Did you order the assassination of the woman? Right? Do you know that 450 individuals were arrested for entering Congress? And they didn't go there to steal a laptop. They came with political demands. The U.S., he reasoned, was guilty of the same intolerance for political dissent as his government has been accusing him of harboring. Well played, Vladimir Putin. So, some people who went to the, January 6th were there to do kind of violent action, BLM for 9 months and, Antifa, but we won't talk about them. But the vast majority were there to do what? They wanted their voices heard and demand action from their elected representatives. You can agree or disagree with what they were demanding was lawful, unlawful, whatever, but they were allowed via their First Amendment. We've seen on video the Capitol Police going, let's open the barricades and let you in. Vladimir Putin said, and he also talked about the cyber attacks and this whole Russia thing. But this was, and of course the Democrats' faces are melting off because Putin said, more than once, Biden has recounted how he told Putin to his face that he doesn't have a soul. I don't fucking believe a word of that. Anyway, I don't remember that particular conversation Putin said. I doubt Joe Biden said that to Putin's face in Russia to a KGB dude. I would have throat punched him. Asked what he thought of Biden, Putin said he was professional and suggested he could work with him. He spent virtually his entire adulthood in politics. Mr. Trump is an extraordinary individual, talented. Otherwise, he wouldn't have become president. He's a colorful individual. But he also stressed, hey, we kind of need predictability and stability. So instead of going after the shit that Putin said, all they glommed onto was what? Oh, he said some good words about Trump. Trump's a Russian agent. Who murdered Ashley Babbitt? You guys do know that the name of the officer hasn't been given, right? To this date, January 6th, shot. You see her shot through a door that was barricaded. Guy was a coward who shot that woman. Any other cop shoots, white cop shoots somebody in an hour, the people are in front of the camera. His name is this, and then their house is getting attacked. This woman gunned down in cold blood, not a word. Anyway, Russia provokes U.S. in largest military exercise since Cold War meeting before the meeting. That's great. Here we go. Joe Biden's on it, though. China sends 28 warplanes near Taiwan in the year's largest exercise. Okay, he's on it. We're good. USS Reagan, carrier strike group, enters heavily disputed South China Sea. Folks, this is why we brief this shit. We are one breaking news story, one vibrating phone away from holy shit moment. It is not a matter of if, but when, if, but when something horrific happens. I've been there, guys. Don't want horrific to happen. How many times have I given bottles of Camus away because I was wrong about horrific not happening? I love it. I love losing in those cases. I'm not going to be wrong on this. You think Vladimir Putin sat across from the table today in Switzerland and said, oh my God, I'm scared of this dude. Love or hate Trump, his unpredictability and shit like that kept world leaders on the edge of their seat. Now it's like, oh, the United States is back in the club. Now we can keep leeching off you. I don't want to be in that club. I remember when Macron, where were they? They were at one of these meetings and Macron had to leave early because of the riots in France. And Trump's like, oh, that's weird. A world leader putting their country first. You mean Macron's putting France first? Oh my God, who would have thunk it? Threats rise, U.S. defense falls. Biden talks tough to adversaries even as he shrinks the Pentagon. This is the Wall Street Journal going, ladies and gentlemen, we are screwed. The Pentagon is getting a cut. I'm doing what Democrats do, right? Republicans would give a small increase in, I don't know, whatever, quote, entitlements, and Democrats would go, adjusted for inflation, it's a cut. Republicans would say, no, it isn't. They're getting more money. Well, now I'm going to be them. I don't hypocrite. I do this all the time. So the Pentagon is getting cut. A bipartisan NDSC, National Security Defense Strategy Commission, says what? They need a steady 3.5 to 5. President Trump increased defense spending modestly. Everybody's like, he didn't do that much. But that's gone, right? America is rapidly piling up debt past 100% of GDP while shrinking its defenses. Oh boy. The brightest budget spots are where the administration declined to make matters worse. The Army. But here's the problem, guys. It's me. It's Team Navy. But nowhere is underinvestment clearer than the stormy forecast for the United States Navy. At roughly 300 ships, we won't have the size or capability to compete with 350 in Russia. In April, China commissioned 3 warships in a day. We're retiring 2 cruisers to save money. We're only getting 8 ships and 4 of them are combatants. What? The Navy is worried about readiness, particularly overworked carriers, and that a larger fleet won't be properly manned or maintained. Yep, but that's the case for more investment, guys. A consensus in Congress agrees the Navy should grow to 355 ships, but the offer briefing reporters on the defense budget conceded that with a 300-ship Navy and a 30-year life, you have to recapitalize at 10 per year, and so 8 is not going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, China, Pacific, islands that they turn into runways and military, you are watching. It's Japan. FDR, I'm going to spend a ton of shit and make up social programs out of my ass. Japan. Whoop. Holy shit, we got attacked? Yeah, weren't paying attention, you jackwad. Admiral Kirby, well now, Press Secretary Kirby. This guy was an admiral. I didn't like him when he was an admiral. He was a limousine liberal, and now he's the press secretary. So John Kirby the other day and said, with the obvious, well, just, a fleet of 355 tugboats won't mean as much for American defenses. Fucking duh, John. But as many naval experts have noted, what a carrier and a frigate have in common is they can only defend one sea at a time, and quantity has a quality of its own. Oh, give me this. But anyway, guys, when the Wall Street Journal sits here and says, hey, man, we're in trouble in the United States military, the choice America is facing is not whether to buy more ships instead of tanks. It is whether to defend itself adequately or pretend to do so. Let's just even pretend, while shrinking defense to fund an ever-growing social state. Adversaries can see the trend, even if the White House would rather not acknowledge it. Whoa. I read this 5 times last night. I was like, I when I posted in the investment group, I'm like, wow. Woo. I have to save it. I'm saving this headline because I don't want to see it again, but we will see this again. This will be an I told you so moment, guys, and it's not going to be a pleasant one. I'll give you the standard. I want to be wrong on this. We're not. All right, real quick. China to release metal reserves in effort to tame commodities rally. Oh, boy. So there's been a massive liftoff in commodities prices, and it's not good. Well, inflation, man, and it's not good. So China to release metal reserves in effort to tame commodities rally. China stocks tumble after Beijing cracks down on commodity prices. Econ data miss across the board. So last night, or when was that? Yeah. Look at this. Where's China? Where's their numbers? Look at this crap, folks. Right here, 3 in the morning. I was not up at 3 in the morning. Industrial production, fixed asset investment, retail sales, unemployment rate. Huge misses. Why do we care? Folks, if you've been here for a while, you know that when China sneezes, we get a cold. And that is not an appropriate analogy anymore. Or actually it is. Did you see Jon Stewart the other night? Another limousine liberal. Now, even the limousine liberal comedians are like, that thing might have originated in a lab. Can I get my 4 Twitter accounts that you guys got rid of and all my jail time in Facebook jail? Because I told you, I knew, guys. I told you in January. Uh, you will get a copy of the COVID crash. Let me write that down. COVID crash, or new lifetime members will. I do fail. Trump failed. He absolutely failed. He knew the intel. He didn't listen to it. But can you blame the guy who was getting effed by the intelligence agencies, the deep state? He didn't trust them. It was Wolf, right? They've been crying wolf about a ton of shit going after him. Fat, pasty lieutenant colonel army dudes listening in on his phone calls. Of course he didn't trust. Okay, yeah, I just beat my impeachments. I got China beaten into a trade deal. Highest unemployment, lowest unemployment numbers ever. Everything's great. Stock market record highs. You can kiss my ass about a flu in China. Oh boy. So here we go. And I just saw Jeremy Siegel from Wisdom Tree, who one of his funds blew out, but CNBC still has him on. Got to pay the bills, CNBC. Jeremy Siegel said what? I just saw it on the lower third. It said, the Fed, Jerome Powell, will today acknowledge inflation. Wow. Will Jerome Powell acknowledge that it is not transitory? So if we are all going to believe right now that, you know what, maybe they did do a good job, Wiz, of the, let's sort of kind of think about interest rates. I think the next hurdle after, okay, they are going to say something that inflation exists. Oh, okay. If he pulls back from the transitory stuff, like, hey, it's a little hot right now, then we could see a lookout below. Not a Fred Sanford, but just a, oh shit. Remember, guys, the cost of everything going up is bad. It's exceptionally bad for Joe Biden. It's a tax increase. He's taxing everything else. Talking to my financial guy yesterday. God almighty, oof. I might be climbing to the top of a mountain to trade and in flowing robes at this point. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see, John. I don't know, if we're going to get rid of the word transitory. So my buddy who runs the quant fund where, that they track those words, baby. We're going to we'll see. Yeah, he's geared up and ready to go. I mean, his shit reads. It's pretty cool. Tapering, very likely to be discussed and dismissed. Unlikely to be mentioned in the statement. So I believe he's going to say, hey, there's a little bit of inflation. It's hanging around longer than we thought. We still think it's somewhat transitory. So I think that's because, and the Wapner guy did do a little. Can you guys hear me? Looks like the internet went out for a second there. Okay, good. So yeah, I don't know, guys. It's a the Wapner guy did do a good job this morning about saying, he was making fun of how this press conference is most likely going to go. Yes, inflation's here, but don't worry about it. Yes, this, but no that. Jerome Powell, for every one of these Fed meetings, we all laugh at because he does both. He's the Fed's not political. Are you high? This is one of the most political dudes I've ever seen in that position. And there ain't no way anytime soon this guy wants to raise interest rates to incur the wrath of Democrats, man. They're loading on a shit ton of taxes on you and me in this country and businesses. And then an interest rate increase out of the Fed? Cha-chung! Now we're deeper in debt. Guys, I don't think anybody's really. I'm thinking about it. Smart people think about it. Hopefully, you're thinking about it because you're smart. That you go, holy shit, man. We're broke. We're getting broker when the second he raises interest rates. But you know, it's going to be interesting to see today. We'll be in weekly options, but it's going to be interesting to see as we sit here with our bucket of popcorn, Jerome Powell acknowledging everything we know. That's what this is going to be funny. Like, okay, yeah, we know that, we know that, we know that. Oh, okay. It's almost like Jerome Powell needs to get where we all are in reality, which is funny. So we'll be in weekly options, and we'll turn up the volume here, and we'll check it out because it's just going to be funny. Yeah, I don't think they say the T word today. That would be bad. Today is the day where Jerome Powell says we are kind of sort of thinking about talking about this, as opposed to last time he said no. Earlier in the week, maybe it was over the weekend, Jamie Dimon, folks, says JP Morgan is hoarding cash because very good chance inflation is here to stay. Those are some big words, man. Here to stay. Right? So, yeah, stockpiling cash. We got a lot of cash. We're going to be very patient. I think you have a very good chance inflation is more than transitory. Duh. I could run JP Morgan. You could run JP Morgan. Clearly. I can go hang out in the Hamptons with the beautiful people. I don't drink anymore, so they might think I'm boring. About 500 billion. I do expect to see higher rates and more inflation. We're prepared for that. That's us. That's us, baby. Did you see who was it? Morgan Stanley, Gorman, like some email leaked about like getting back to work. These three banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Morgan Stanley are back, baby. Meaning, get into work in Manhattan, and if you're a minute late, we're docking your pay. They're getting back, baby. They're coming back to pre-COVID crash. So, you know, you and I know I've dabbled in and out of JP Morgan for a while. I'm out of JP Morgan now. I think it might be dabble time. Once we get past a knee-jerk reaction of if there's going to be a knee-jerk reaction out of what Jerome says, it might be time to get back into JP Morgan. Since we are in accelerated retirement, this might be a good longer-term play. Goose, that's my next tab, man. You ready for this? Everybody needs to get back to work in Manhattan, but none of them. I hate videos that autoplay, man. Seriously. So, Wall Street workers want Florida transfers as job waiting lists grow. I have never seen this level of activity from the financial firms. Please don't come here. Do not New York or California my Florida. I don't want you here. Overly pretentious 28-year-old Morgan Stanley dudes. So it's comical. Palm Beach, I told you, Goldman, Deutsche Bank. Florida used to be the what? You suck sending place for Wall Street. This is where they put you out to pasture, or you were an idiot. Now it's inverted, and people are banging down the doors to get down here to Florida. So I don't want it, but these guys. Oh, and here's what's funny. Wall Street banking sources say recent remarks by Morgan Stanley chief executive James Gorman reflect the tension inside the big banks over executives seeking to move out of New York and places like Florida. You know what he said in a town hall on Monday? If you want to get paid New York rates, you work in New York. None of this, I'm in Colorado and work in New York and I'm getting paid like I'm sitting in New York City. Did you see companies like Google and stuff like that have started doing that? During the scandemic or the plandemic, when Google's like, everybody works from home and we're not going to be back ever for the next 3 years. Remember that at the height of the pandemic? They're like, we're maybe 2 years from now. And people are like, woohoo! They left the Bay Area. And guess what happened when they moved to Idaho? Google, being the do no evil company that they are, they're like, yeah, well, you moved to Idaho, so we're going to pay you less. Oh, wait, so I'm worth less than what I was living in California? No, it's a cost of living thing. Oh, I didn't know part of my salary was determined by where I lived. Aren't these people awesome? Yeah, David, they're doing that, man. They are. California wants to have a 20% leaving tax. Isn't that great? Democrats, man, liberals. We want your money. It's not yours. Wait, you just called it my money. Yeah, but it's ours too. Oh, you build this business? Obama. You didn't build that business. Oh, I didn't build the road that left to it based on how much fucking taxes I pay to the city of Boca Raton. Yeah, I did, Barack, who's never done worked a day in his life. He even wrote that in his book, whatever it was. He worked like 2 days at quote a real job and he quit. Being, an attorney and a law professor ain't working. Chuck Schumer passed the bar, became an attorney, and he's been a politician ever since. Like 40 years, Chuck Schumer. Definition of term limits. Yeah, the Palm Beach area, looking to become a banking hub. Stevie Cohen's up in Palm Beach. I know some folks there. I've met some folks there. Paul Singer's down here. That's his name, Paul Singer. No wonder he's got the sunglass lines. People inside Goldman Sachs confirm at least 100 traders and salespeople are going to be relocated to Palm Beach. But I've never seen this level of incoming activity from the financial firms. Wow. Please don't come here. I don't. I left Chicago, loved the Chicago people, did not like the Chicago trading crowd. I'll leave it at that. CBOE to extend global trading hours for VIX and SPX options to nearly 24 hours beginning the day after Maverick. Absolute misery. I knew this day was coming and I did not want it to come. I have to accept it, but yeah, we'll see. Gene, these New Yorkers will vote Democrat and change Florida into a form of New York. I hope, Gene, that they escape. Usually the folks in the financial sector aren't that. Yeah, if that happens, I'm moving. I'll leave Florida and go somewhere else, Montana or Colorado. I'd be done. I'm just going to nomad around to states that don't become shitholes. 24-hour VIX means, guys, it means they were who we thought they were. Read the headline. These will trade for nearly 24 hours, which is not good. I'm not going to be day trading SPX if when I go to bed, I still have an open day trade. CBOE, of course, is spinning this. I know dudes at the CBOE as a what? A good deal for what? Well, first of all, it's a good deal for CBOE because they will make a shitload more money. We want to cater to a growing demand globally for access to CBOE's flagship SPX options. No offense to Graham if he's still up right now from Australia. People around the world, don't like having to get up and trade our shit. Guess what? I don't care. So this sucks. Scott, that's exactly right. Good deal for hedge funds with algos, bad for small guys like us. Yep. So this isn't good. With the ability to execute SPX and VIX options trading strategies long term around the clock, market participants are able to adjust their positions and manage risk more efficiently, particularly in response to global macroeconomic events as they are happening. Fucking great. So now you're going to wake up at 3 a.m. to check your phone. This caters more to our model, right? SOT, strategic, operational, tactical, because how many times on a Friday do I say, I'm going to get out of shit, folks, because anything can happen on a weekend, or there's a Brexit vote. So I've been trained after my journey to see the good in everything. The good in everything is this. Maybe we can make some money. trust me, there's already guys in my group that are digging into this. We'll figure it out. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever something new launches on Wall Street, everybody tries to figure out how to make the most money, and I will do that for us. But just know my initial take on this was like, ah, man, we ain't doing no 3 a.m. trade briefs, folks. So SPX VIX options currently, 3 to 9:15. This would be 8:15 to 19:15 the following morning. Okay, so again, I'm digesting this. My buddies are digesting this. Let's just kind of table it for now, but that's out there. So exactly, Karen. I said this right with crypto. I'm like, one of the reasons I didn't want to trade crypto is like, I got buddies who are like, oh my God, I was up at 4 looking at my Bitcoin. I'm like, you were what? I love the commodities guys. If you've ever been to the Chicago Board of Trade, the CBOT, at about 1:02 in the afternoon, the cafe that's in the lobby, it's called Ceres. Ceres is the goddess of grain, wheat, farm, I forget. Ceres, Ceres. There's a restaurant and a bar in the lobby of the CBOT. I'd go down for a late lunch from our trading floor, and at 1:02, the place would be packed with colored trading jackets and dudes drinking. I'm like, wow, that's pretty high speed. Going back to trade after you tie one on. They're like, what are you, stupid? We're commodities traders. 9:30 to 1. They never changed the hours. Back in the day, really long time ago, farmers would drive in or horse and buggy in or walk in with their damn crops, trade, and have to go home and work. They never changed the hours. Isn't that awesome? That's great. Andrew, waking up at 2 a.m. and trading on emotions would be a disaster. You got it. Unless you meditate and you are centered. Alerts will become the major focus of traders like us. Traders like you, Matthew, I will not be trading any of this. The only time I will be trading something where I can't be awake and actively. I mean, we have trades on Roman goddess of agriculture. Thank you, Michael. We have trades on technically their Amazon bull put spread out a month or my synthetic stock. But what they're saying is the pricing on these things will be so micro because it is to the nth degree that I'll figure it out, guys. If you guys find any resources, I got some buddies in our group that are taking a look at this. Stocks hit session lows. I like seeing that. My 400 short shares of Amazon. I would love to see Amazon implode. Ooh, got all the way down to 3380. 3,400, man. It went right through it and then underneath it, and now it's resistance. I need a good smash in Amazon, baby. All right. Anything else? Anything else? First of all, potential hot stock tip. Wait, was I going to save this for tomorrow? No, I'm not. Well, I talked to a dude who runs a clinic I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. And he, I did all my due diligence. I'll read you about his background and everything tomorrow, but and I'm going to give you some homework to watch. Where is it? Hold on. Have you guys? This is a must watch. This is the Lamar Odom story. Lamar Odom he's changed his life. He was a Cardassian, that dude. So it's in the chat box. Please do me a favor and watch this video between now and tomorrow. Well worth your time. But anyway, let me get back to what I'm talking about. So Trevor, who I'll tell you about tomorrow, told me about Neon Mind Biosciences. Okay. 11 cents, guys, type of thing. But Christine, when she told me about, or Christine was trading MindMed back when it was, a couple pennies type of thing. This is a potential ground. This is a MindMed who just is coming out. Neuromind Biosciences. It's on the OTC right now, but this is a potential. It's 11 cents. I'm not a penny stock guy. I've never even looked at this stuff before, but now looking into all of this stuff, I'm all about it. So, yeah, it's Neuromind. I'll put this in chat box. Neuromind Biosciences. Who at Ponch yesterday? I posted it in the Max Afterburner. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to wait for it to split." I'm like, that was funny. So I did some research on the company and stuff like that, but they have coffees. They're doing treatments, kind of like a mind med. So I am, because remember with the .com boom, right? Anybody was buying anything with .com just because of that .com trying to get rich. Well, if you bought the Amazon, the Google, the eBay, the Facebook type of thing, you're a kabillionaire. If you bought Netscape, Lucent, and the other shit, Napster or whatever, I don't know, you're broke. So, but I'm starting to deploy some ships. You bet, Gene. David, MindMed is up 25% since I bought it, not including the $5 puts. MindMed's been, I'm solid with that. But I'll talk to you about Trevor tomorrow and all his background and everything like that. But I wanted to throw this over the fence. He told, because here's what happened is I asked him. So I went Axe Capital on this, guys. This isn't non-public information. You can put his clinic. I'm going to show you that we have vetted. Well, I'm stealing tomorrow. I'll tell you all this shit tomorrow. I asked him. I'm like, well, now I'm going to, after 45 minutes of veterans and you guys and how can I help people and can we work together? At the end of it, I'm like, now I'm going to be selfish. I bought a shit pot of MindMed, a month ago, 20,000 shares, blah, blah. He's like, oh my God, dude. He owns a ton of MindMed. He's like, very smart move. And that's when he said, here's probably the next one you need to take a look at. I'm like, thank you very much for that. So I'm passing along information. Don't know if you can use it or not. Do your own due diligence. Don't listen to me. But there you go. I threw it over the fence to you. Now, let's get back to MindMed. Jimmy Cramer last night, right? JT just bought 25 grand of NMDBF. Let's go. If you guys are getting, I was going to buy 100,000 shares or a million, it was like a million. So look at the volume, guys. We're doing, holy shit. You guys are doing this. We could actually, in the Max Afterburner group, if we wanted to not manipulate SEC who's listening to me, but this is completely legal. We're going to talk about an investment club tomorrow. Now look at that. Look. Oh my God, this is funny as shit. Mitch just bought 10,000 shares. Wiz, you just sent the volume of Neon from 30,000 to 70,000. Now it's at 97,000. Oh my God, that's so funny. Let's see if we can. I'll do some. Do I have cash? How much money do I have? I'll do it. Holy shit! Look at that, guys. Let's buy. How much would that be? Let me just go into one account. Unusual activity, and no, there's no money in that one. Shit, do I have to move money around? Oh, I got money in this one. Look at that. I could buy, let me see if I can buy 130,000. Let's see if that goes through. Order rejected. Yeah, we might make it halt. Holy shit, guys, look at us. I love this. Look at why did you can't buy 100,000 or a million? Look at the volume, guys. We just did this. Holy shit, man. That's all you got. I had enough margin. What the I can't stand this shit, man. Can you not buy? If I bought, would I have 100,000 shares? That would have doubled the volume. The power of the whiz. Goose, you're killing me. I've been chasing it all day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the power of the full. Now it's up 5%. This is Top Gun option, 7%. Oh my God, this is comical. Why am I not 1,000, 10,000, 100,000? Right? Oh, I was trying to buy 1,000,000. Oh, I don't think there's that many shares. Hello? My God, guys, this is fantastic. This is a live demonstration of this fully operational Death Star. Imagine, folks, because there's 10%. I'm going in at the ask. Come on. What the fuck? Well, now I'm just driving. Now I'm just driving the price higher for you guys. You're welcome. All right. Well, shit. Now I'm not gonna. Fuck. Woo! Look at this. You're right, Peter. That I had 1,000,000 shares. I was gonna do that. I was gonna buy 1,000,000 shares of this, and it probably would have. Look at this, guys. You're welcome. Isn't this awesome? This is, maybe over in the Max Afterburner group, we'll target this thing more, man. Wow. Look at that. There is Top Gun options in action, guys. This is fun. Holy crap, look at that print. 17%. Look at the volume, guys. From we started, it was what? 82,000, 400,000 shares. Wow. Oh, and oh my God, you know what's going on right now? If there are people who are short this name right now are getting destroyed. Let me send a couple texts right now. Holy shit, man. Wow. Whew. Look at you guys already making money. Gene, I think it might be in financial news tomorrow. Now it's up 23%, 500,000 shares, guys. Holy shit. Now, with this type of stuff, guys, yeah, exactly. I make Dave Portnoy look like an idiot. 24%. I'm not telling you what to do, guys. You got to figure this stuff out on your own. If you want to hold it for the long term or take a quick day trade. I didn't. I tried to get filled at 1,000,000. I thought I had 100,000. It is, Elliot. It's our own TGO meme stock. I guarantee you, we are setting off alarms all over the place. Look at this: 560,000 shares, 26%. Wow. Good on you, folks. Be careful, though. All right, we got to move on. I just threw that over the fence, and I didn't get filled. Look at you. Look at that shit, man. Well, yeah. I mean, look at this. The 52-week high is 40 cents. So, I mean, is it a steal right now? So, if there were people who were short this name, they are getting, they're getting hammered. Mitch, 25% gain in 15 minutes into his account. Steve, if this blows out completely, I can take the loss. It's minimal for my account. There you go. Wow. Well, I didn't think we'd do this, but good on you. That's where I was going to end my brief, was with, hey, you got to watch Jimmy talk about MindMed. Oh, let's see if MindMed felt some of this. Well, there was our frenzy. Can I overlay? What was it? NMDBF. I wonder why MindMed was going into the shitter, and then all of a sudden is seeing a nice climb. Dude, Unbelievable. Kathy, the 40-cent print was on a huge one-day spike. Might see it today. Christina, I still want to see the Kramer clip. Yeah, I put it in the chat box, guys. If I press play, it doesn't play like through to you guys. You got to watch this on your own. So let's do that because I want to get some lunch. Let's take a break. If you're just in AR, you shouldn't just be in AR, man. You need to be in weekly options too, because we're going to come back at 1 o'clock and watch the Fed here, guys. John, after that performance, need to raise the price for the Max Afterburner trading group. I love it. I'm taking that as a screenshot, man. Robin, really want to hear about your journey, but starting a new job tomorrow. Can't make the debrief. Any options? Robin, we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be the full debrief, and whether it's going to be recorded or not. I'll think about it, Robin. I just, this is personal stuff, and I trust you guys, but we'll see. Let me reflect on that. All right. I might do a Max Afterburner price increase after seeing what we did today. That is incredible, man. Very well done. Andrew, I wouldn't record it. Yeah, we'll see. Paul, thanks for getting me in lifetime on your last birthday. You got it. You got it, Paul. Mark, the link is in the chat box, guys. I've posted this a bunch of times in the chat box. Okay. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe for people who miss, I'll send it to you individually because I'm not going to blast it out to everybody. How about that? One more time. Copy, paste. Everybody should look in the chat box. It's down there. Chat, paste, enter. There it is right there. Sorry. So above that is the Mind, Neuromind, Neon Mind, Biosciences, the clip to Lamar Odom's story, and then the clip to Jimmy Kramer. Man, we did a lot. Kathy, I will be talking about it again. I will be talking about it the rest of my life. But tomorrow is kind of the initial, the opening salvo. Okay. All right, guys, I got to go. I'm going to get some lunch because it's going to be big. I have to boot up another computer. I want to keep I'm going to have a lot of shit open for the Fed meeting here. So get ready to trade that. Nice job, guys. Good stuff. All right. Have a great rest of your day. There's 25% gain in this name. 713,000 shares traded hands. That was Top Gun Options. We can move markets. God bless, man. This was awesome. God is good. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in Weekly Options if you're in there. Here come the Fed. God